Hello there, and welcome back to another Trailmakers video. And today, I am going to be attempting to build a highly requested plane. I've been hesitant to build it because it is a very beloved, very iconic plane. And every time I've tried to build it in the past, it hasn't always gone the way I want it to. But hopefully, with all the stuff I've learnt since I've tried to build it, I'll hopefully be able to build it in a better way. I'm going to be building the F-14 Tomcat, famous for being in the movie Top Gun, and also Top Gun Maverick, but mostly iconic for being in Top Gun. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, remember, when you're trying to recreate a plane, you want to get up your reference image, and I'll put that on screen right now. And for this particular plane, I'm going to be making it odd width, because in the past I've tried doing it even width, and it hasn't always gone exactly as I want it to. So hopefully, if I make it odd width, I'll be able to include more details that I want. So I'm gonna just start shaping out the nose using the 1x1x2. It's like a up. Surround that and make it so they can actually connect. Then we're going to take another one of those and place it so it can connect to motorcycle seat. Now take a rounded 1x2 to flesh out the shape of the aircraft. I'm gonna build out the underneath the cockpit out there. Because we're odd width, I'm going to be using the piston glitch to actually get the cockpit top onto the motorcycle seat. So we can fit everything to the piston. I reckon I'm gonna want to use a by2 and use rounded pieces to get the cockpit correct. Yes, okay. And this is gonna want to go back. This is gonna want to go back to about there. Off. And we'll add a 4x1 wedge piece. Make sure the piston is no inputs and stops at string 0. No, we want it to one higher. Then we can have the stops at string 0. Very nice. For the actual walls of the cockpit, or just add 2x4s. Sides. Nice. And to help to smooth the transition from the rounded piece to a straight flat piece, we're going to use a piece I don't really use as much as I probably should. I'm going to be using the rounded corner inverted 1x2. And what that's going to do is just gently help to smooth the abruptness going from a rounded piece to the flat piece. And I think it's just a little detail, but it helps a lot. Then we can just add the side pieces here. Very nice. And we can continue with the aircraft along here. Next, I'm going to build this back a bit more. And then I'm going to start working on the wings, or at least the pieces leading to the wings, because there's like an intake piece just behind the cockpit. Out there. Oh gosh. What happened to me? There we go. That's about right anyway. So, piece, or two pieces like this, on either side. Okay, that should be fine. And then we just need to grab some pieces like this to transition it into the wing. Yep. Then we can just fill all of this in. Apart from we're gonna add a small modular wing here. But just a little bit more lift at the front because quite a lot of the lift will be at the back. And we don't want the tail to pitch up. So I'm gonna try to maximize as much lifting as possible. That's not what I meant to do. This goes here. We can add some 1x2 pieces to fill that in. Very nice. Next we want to get onto the actual wing pieces itself. And there's a feature which this plane is known for, which I'm going to try to implement. That's the wing sweep, where basically you can just drop the. That's what I want to do. Select this and then do that. Right. What it does is there's going to be a hinge, probably a large hinge, connected to the wings at the body of the aircraft. And that will allow the wings to sweep back, just like the real life plane does. And the plane does in Top Gun. Okie dokie. And now I'm going to add the actual wings. I'm going to use small flap wing, not small, regular flap wings at the edge to act as the ailerons. There we go. And we'll add as many modular wings as possible. Very nice. And what we're going to want to do is have it so all of the angled pieces, everything here, is connected somewhere to one of these wing pieces and not anything over here. I'll show you why in a minute. Just add an extra wing pieces just for a little bit more lift. And we'll just continue filling out the wings. Okay. We are at a tough point here. I think I'm going to add the large hinge here. Same on that side. And now we've got to do some attaching. So we're going to use these very helpful little flat connectors. Connect those. Connect those. Very nice. And we'll do the same on the other wing. So now it's all connected, and now we'll just add some inputs to this. We're going to want it different. Oh. Sorry, messing things up. Right. This side, we're going to want to put input into green arrow. Do the same for this, but then we can rotate this around. So now if we press down on the D-pad, the wings sweep back. And you see, around here, there's a big gap when the wings are swept back. How are we going to fix that? How are we going to make it look nice? I'm going to try to use the piston glitch again. Or just use, pistons to lower something onto it. And because it's attached to a mechanical piece, we can't really have anything intersecting with wings. So what I'm going to do is have shield pieces connected together with, no, not that, the flat connectors. So now that covers that up nicely, and we'll just duplicate this to the other side. And we may need to add another one. So we'll just do the same on the other side. Just like this. Now when we do that, it's doing weird things. Okay, let me try moving. It is still unhappy. Very unhappy. Hold on. I'm using the keyboard and mouse just for this bit because you can't enter specific decimal values using a controller. Eventually, I think I'm going to switch to mainly using keyboard and mouse, but I switched from using my Xbox to my PC just for recording purposes, and I'm more used to using controller in this game, so I'm going to start off by using it because I'm more comfortable using it, if you understand what I mean. Okay, now this should be looking pretty decent. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's not the most elegant solution, but it works. Now for a bit which could be difficult to get correct, and that is the thrusters. There's like a rounded piece before it actually gets to the tip where the actual thruster comes out. The reason why this could be difficult to get right is you may immediately be thinking, why don't you just do something like this? And the reason I'm not doing it for two reasons. One, it's too small. Two, I need to actually be able to fit the twin tail fins on the back, and they actually come out from the top of the thrusters. So I'm gonna have to make them bigger than I would like. We can't really get around that. So we'll try something like this. They are quite bulky, but there's not really anything I can do about that. So we're just gonna have to grin and bear it. So I'll try to make it as smooth a transition as possible. And I can't add another one to that, so I'll just substitute a 2x1 instead of a... And the same goes for the this. And then we're gonna fill in the top of these with 1x4 meters until it gets to there, where I'm gonna do the same underneath actually. Right. Try to make it look nicer. If I can actually highlight the correct pieces. Okay. And that goes to about there before I will make it go upwards. And that caps off quite nicely there. Which is just a coincidence, by the way. I didn't actually expect it to do that, but that's nice. Now we're gonna add the actual vertical tail fins, the horizontal stabilizers. And to do that, we're gonna basically just do this and include a big elevator fin. Sure. Not sure how well your will actually work on this vehicle, but might as well add the inputs necessary for it. And we can just duplicate this one. We can duplicate this one right there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along so far. I'm gonna add, yeah, try and mimic what it's in the back. Now on to the vertical stabilizers, which are lift. Not lift, the elevator tail. So adding some like, how can we make this look good without it looking bad? Don't want it to look bad. Words. That's really not too bad actually. Then we can just add this again on this side. Yeah, okay. I'll just fill in. That was higher than I thought it would be, to be honest. And then the 1x2s to continue filling it. Just duplicate this one to the other side. And we've got to highlight this, but that's very nice. Now we can add the thrusters on the inside. After we fill out these pieces at the front. Okay, now we can start adding the thrusters, which are gonna be space thrusters. Just like that. And then I'm going to highlight the blocks behind it, as well as the space thruster, and then we'll just duplicate up to about there. Because at the back, I want to have a dragon jet. If I... Yeah, okay. That way when I actually ignite, it's got the thruster effect out the back, which I think will look pretty cool. And then we'll just cap off the thrusters there, like this. Test flight. But we gotta remember to actually add the inputs. For the roll. Okay, let's do a test flight. Hope everything goes well. It is speedy, and it is not happy with the lift. Okie dokie. Wait, block. There. Should move it forwards a little bit. We can add another. There we go. Now they should basically be in line, so there shouldn't be an issue with the lift. And we'll go again. It's flight numero dos. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, that's nice. It's actually pretty stable. And roll is okay. Pitch is kinda aggressive, but we can turn that down by decreasing the angle of the rear elevator tails. How does your feel? Okay, I've got it the wrong way around. And it's not the most stable thing, but it works. Okay. I'll do a couple adjustments. I'll paint it up, and I'll catch you guys afterwards. Right, as you can see, I've painted it up. I have added some rockets underneath. And I added a small gun in the front. I'll show you how I did that. All I did was put it in between these round and inverted corner pieces and attached it to a block there, and it's completely hidden. I think it looks pretty cool, and I'll do a test flight with the adjustments. Don't know why it's going to the side now. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why I was doing that. I have reloaded the game to see if that will fix anything. No, it hasn't. Very nice. That's great to see. Great to see. We'll just take off by going further towards the edge. If anyone has any idea why it's doing that, please feel free to let me know. But as you can see, it flies decently. It doesn't over pitch up. I think it looks pretty cool. It shoots the rockets. I accidentally did that one. I want to show that off in a minute. I may have to increase the pitch again, purely because when I actually do the wing sweep, it noses down a lot and it struggles to go straight. If anyone, once again, has any ideas how to make this better, by all means, let me know. Look at the shadow of that. You can tell what plane that's meant to be. You can tell what it is by looking at it, to be honest. But I'm pretty proud of this one, actually. Normally, I'm not the best at making the F-14 Tomcat. I have tried past. I'm not going to show you those failed attempts because, quite frankly, they're not the best. But I feel like this one is decent. Pretty proud of it. Let's see if we can get through a ring of fire. Looks like we're gonna make it. Nice. And we'll come in for a landing on the aircraft carrier, because this is actually a plane that used the aircraft carrier as a navy plane. The amount of lift this thing has is quite decent for short takeoffs and landings. So we'll just gently take her in. Not exactly on the airstrip, but it's fine, it's landed. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a highly requested one. And if you did, you know, make sure to leave a like. And whilst you're down there, maybe check out the subscribe button. I think you would just want to give it a little boop. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.